now after months of anticipation, and it does really feel like that, doesn't it? The countdown to the 2017 UK City of Culture announcement has begun. It'll be made live on ITV's Daybreak tomorrow morning, with all 4 of the shortlisted cities, including Leicester, glued to their television screens.
Well, it'll be the second time the prize has been awarded. This year, the title belongs to Northern Ireland's Derry, Londonderry. Andy Bevan looks at what being the very first UK City of Culture has meant for people there.
This is what the world is seeing and hearing of Derry, Londonderry in 2013. A year-long display of colour, sound, culture and above all, harmony. It's a long way from what the world used to see of the city, torn apart by unionist and nationalist paramilitaries, a division so deep that even the city's name couldn't be agreed on.
Visitors chose not to come here because of those divisions and that violence. And our challenge this year has been to show our city off as a place that is totally transformed, that is at peace with itself, but is also confident for a better future.
And after it beat off Sheffield, Norwich and Birmingham,
the first UK capital of culture is Derry, Londonderry.
Derry, Londonderry has transformed itself. Central to the 2013 celebrations is the Peace Bridge over the River Foyle, connecting the city centre to Ebrington Square, once a military barracks, but now a cultural gathering place, currently hosting the Turner Prize exhibition.
With that physical transformation, very quickly followed a psychological transformation, so that when the cultural programme actually took to its feet, there was already a sea change in the attitudes of the people of the city.
If Leicester wins tomorrow, it won't be able to mimic this so-called wave on the walls. Leicester's Roman walls are long gone, apart from a small preserved section, whereas Derry's 17th century stonework remains intact. But with a National Space Centre on its doorstep, Leicester should be well placed should it want to launch its own version of Londonderry Air. Even teen drama Hollyoaks has been tempted across the water to film an episode in Derry. But those who talk of the benefits that a City of Culture title brings also talk about legacy, what happens after the circus moves on. Culture Company 2013, who are looking after things here, estimate £100 million will pour into the city as a result, creating some 6,000 new jobs by 2020. That's almost one job for every Annie that helped to set a new world record for the biggest song and dance crowd ever, another highlight of the festivities here.
8 out of 10 people interviewed in July of this year said that they've been to a City Culture event. 85% of them said that they would rate it as 8 or higher out of 10. So we're absolutely thrilled with the level of engagement.
Last week, the Leicester bid team saw that engagement for themselves when they made their final pitch here to the 2017 judges. Only Dundee, Hull or Swansea Bay stand between them and the coveted prize. But there could still be lessons to learn for Leicester. Derry Londonderry's tenure as City of Culture for 2013 isn't even over yet, and there are already rows about its legacy, with 3 members of the company overseeing its events quitting their jobs. And there's controversy over plans to turn Ebrington Square, those former barracks, into offices, even though the original scheme was for a permanent arts venue.
This is my legacy.
Outside the city centre, where the aftermath of the Troubles is still taking its toll on the economy, there's little talk of a legacy from 2013.
I don't think it'll be much of a legacy. I think if he wanted a legacy, he would have had to invest in young people and let them grow with it. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Youth unemployment rates are still rising by the day. The deprivation levels are still rising, and Derry is no further forward in my minds.
However the future develops, until December the 31st, the party goes on. And for Leicester, words of encouragement, win or lose, from those who've already been there.
Leicester's got a very strong proposition, and I think their diversity, that their cultural diversity stands out for them, and I think that that's quite a unique proposition.
Give it your all and don't be afraid to face up to the challenges. Don't be afraid to take brave decisions, because it really will pay off in the long run.
In just over 12 hours from now, we'll know if all the work done so far has paid off, and whether or not Leicester's time has finally arrived. Andy Bevan, ITV News.
So interesting to hear mixed views there, really,
Definitely
about
mixed.
the legacy of being City of Culture.
Glued to the telly in the morning, though.
Yes, won't be long, will it?
Won't be long.
Yeah, be a great programme if it is.
Yes. Now, let's get a little bit of sport and some football.